let's go inside and meet Greg.
Hey, how you doing?
Great. How are you today?
Hello, not too bad. Welcome to Chicago Lacroix. What can I do for you?
Looking for Greg.
I'm gonna get him for you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Great.
Hey.
How are you doing?
My old friend. Good to see you, man.
Likewise. Here's a microphone for you.
Thank you. All right, well, come on. Let me show you the shop. You ready?
Yeah.
Right
Oh,
there.
we're not employees though.
I know. All right. What you have is this whole building's about 14,000 square feet.
Okay.
So you got maybe 2,000, 3,000 in like storage and office space.
Yeah.
And about 10,000 square feet of shop space.
Okay.
And we divided it up into a clean room and the less clean room.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Now today it's a very warm day in Chicago. It's what, 95, something like that.
Humid.
So Greg let his employees go home early, or the majority of them. Nice thing to do for an
Yes.
employer.
The ones that are still working, come on in the air conditioning room. It'll be much
Okay.
nicer back here. So the ones that are still here, we do ceramic coatings in here. So we call this the clean room.
Yes.
Now, obviously, if you're going to do ceramic coating or to do window tint or paint protection film, you want to have it segregated from the dust and the dirt of detailing.
Correct.
So we built this room, lots of light,
Yeah.
air conditioning. So we have 3 doors, and this is for, usually this first bay is for vinyl
Okay.
and window tint. The second bay there is for window tint and a ceramic coating or two.
Okay.
And then the last bay down in the end, we'll see the PPF or paint protection film area.
Okay. Excellent. And you're using XPEL film?
Yeah, we use all XPEL products. We haven't switched to their coating yet. They're leaning on us pretty hard to move to their ceramic coating.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they throw their weight around a
Yeah.
little bit in the industry.
Yeah. Not a problem. So, yeah. But this room is air conditioned?
Yeah, so this is nice. The guys can't wait to finish compounding a car so they can bring it in here and then
Okay.
finish it. Yeah.
Excellent.
So this is either storage. We often will have cars that are being delivered in here. Cars that are waiting to be worked on the next day.
Yeah.
This Ferrari 328. Emilio finished compounding it earlier.
Okay.
And he backed it here into the clean room, and now we're doing all the ceramic coating. You think you did the glass already, but we do the wheels,
Yeah.
paint. Neat car.
Yeah, they are.
Aren't they sexy?
Yeah. But does the driver have a Hawaiian shirt?
No, that's the
No.
308.
I know, yeah,
This is a 328. It's clearly better.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they cleaned it up a lot with the 3. It was the same basic lines. They
Yeah.
got rid of some ugly trim that was on it. I think from a driving perspective, it's a little bit nicer to drive. The interior's a little better looking.
Yeah,
but
better
just
engine.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
I find the proportions, they're perfect up to this very long front here. I don't love...
Yeah.
That's not what you came here to talk about.
Needed place for the radiator, but yeah.
Let's talk about the shop. What are the innovations here in the shop? You have
Yeah.
peel boards on the walls behind and in
Good.
front of the car. So again, the window tint area is normally working right there.
Yeah.
Back in the corner, it's worth seeing as long as you're here. Come on
Yeah.
back over here.
So
This
all
is just
the,
where we store all the film.
Yep.
And it's nothing really that exciting other than we had this nice little nook and it seemed like a good spot to work. When our vinyl installer is here and working,
Yep.
he'll have a table in here where we can do a lot of the rolling out of the film and cutting of it.
Good.
But we keep all the inventory here on the shelves.
Good.
We keep all of the film that we've used.
Yes.
It's crazy. You know, you buy a whole roll of film to vinyl wrap a car.
Right.
And you always have this leftover. And what do you do with it? It's not enough to wrap a car.
No. Two tones. They're back in stock. They're back in vogue.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's it. So it's either you find some creative use for it. I'd like to find another industry that needs a few feet of film. Like if you're
Yeah.
wrapping cell phones, I don't know, the film you ever wanted. You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, we're working on an inventory system. We're starting to get very serious about managing our inventory and controlling costs. So
Good.
inventory system, so we're keeping track of all the film.
Yeah. So QR codes for everything that way.
Obviously, you want to reduce any shrinkage or theft.
Yes.
But also we're trying to make larger orders so that we can cut down on any shipping cost. If you make a large enough order, you get free shipping.
Right.
And that's been kind of the mantra of the year is just cost savings and let's get free shipping on anything that we can get free shipping on.
Good.
Because you eat up a lot of money. We have some friends in Indianapolis who were talking about that and they were all about like, no, shipping will kill you. You add up
Yeah.
how much you're spending on shipping and it's outrageous. So
Yeah.
it becomes a lot of money. We just keep hitting, this year has been like these constant base hits of save $5,000 on this. You know,
Yeah.
shop the insurance around, save $10,000. Like,
Yeah, it's
lots of
the little things that add up.
Anyway,
Very
storage
good.
area.
Yeah, excellent.
It's all right. We try to keep everything in cabinets. You don't want a lot of stuff sitting out. We still have a reasonable amount of clutter. I don't know how you avoid all of it, but
You can't.
we try to minimize it. I know there's this school of thought that nothing should be on the floor ever. Everything should be put away. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting there.
In time.
In time. Everyone gets their own plotter. The window tinners have a plotter. The paint protection film guys have a plotter.
Okay.
This is where they work back here. These big magnetic peel boards.
Yeah.
A simple gutter here just to keep the water off the ground. You build the board away from the wall a little bit.
Good.
That's all really nice, clean environment. I can't say enough about the light. You need as much light as you can get.
So why are race ramps and not a lift?
Andrew, why race ramps and not a lift?
I feel like the lift always had a lot of maintenance. There was a lot of, it was messing up the floor too every time we expanded it and went down. And I think it's just a good height that we always keep at. So I feel like the race ramps are just going to hold up.
Okay.
They're simple. They don't have any cast any shadows on the car.
No.
Every lift that we've looked at has a compromise.
Yes.
They're hard to load, or it takes a lot of time to get it on there, or you can damage a car, or a certain car is too heavy for the lift, and they're ugly. You can't cut. If you have the budget to pour new concrete, you can build it into the ground, and that's super sexy if you do it that way.
Yeah.
But we're not going to tear up all this concrete just to dig it deeper to make a good foundation for a lift that's recessed.
Yeah.
So race ramps are inexpensive and simple. We keep cracking them though; they don't last forever, but they get the job done, and then there's no posts around the car to worry about. So everyone's got their own preference. I let the guys choose. Over in my other shop, we have a 4-post lift. Okay. And they like that better. All right.
To each his own.
To each his own. I'm not going to tell them how to get the car.
The
off
employees are happy.
The employees are happy. Yeah.
That's what we want.
Anyway, paint protection film. This is why I own a detail shop.
Yeah.
Being around stuff like this just makes me happy.
Yeah, they're fun. We got everything from Ferraris to Hondas. So.
Yeah, I know.
At any given time, how many employees do you have working in the two sections? On a good day?
About 10. It's like you got one per bay there. We'd have 4 detailers.
Yeah.
We'd have 2 preppers. That'd be 6.
Okay.
And then 2 PPF, 2 tint, vinyl.
Okay.
So 2, 4, 6. That's 10, 12. Yeah, about 12 employees.
Plus the sales staff.
2 guys at the sales desk at any given time. We have 1 foreman.
Okay.
And then there's a handful of office employees who do marketing, advertising, graphics, that kind of stuff.
Excellent.
And then me hanging around.
Yeah. Saying hi to people. Good. And oogling the cars.
Yeah, that's right.
So over here, this is your prep area?
Yeah, these are some of my favorite innovations that we've got. Come on into the back room, I'll show you. What? Back here we have our chemical dispensing system.
Okay.
So this stuff comes straight from the car wash industry. They're just chemical dilution systems. You take concentrated chemicals, it mixes them at a standard dilution so they're ready to use. And then you can see all those colored lines of spaghetti that go out. So every line carries a different chemical wherever you want it out in the bays.
Perfect.
It's expensive for this back board. It's all air driven, but it's not a very complicated system.
Yeah.
And it makes it super easy because you never have the problem of where did I leave that bottle?
Right.
And then you find the glass cleaner bottle and it's empty.
Yeah.
And so you put it back down and you go find someone else's glass cleaner bottle.
Exactly.
So glass cleaner, all-purpose cleaner, car wash soap.
Yep.
We'll have all of that stuff online, outside, ready to go. It never runs out.
And it dilutes by weight, not by...
It dilutes by a ratio with water.
Okay. No, but I noticed they're on scales. So.
Oh, that's how we keep track of the inventory.
Okay. Okay.
So it's not hard to weigh one of these when they're brand new and figure out how much it is when it's full. That's 5 gallons.
Yeah.
And you weigh an empty container, and that's 0 gallons.
Yeah.
And so you convert basically weight to... So that way, and these are, they're Bluetooth scales.
Yes.
And so you can be at home and log in and see how much... Like if you have to do the chemical order and you're not at work, you can literally, you don't have to look at it. You can just by weight, you know how much we have of each, and you can figure out what we need to order.
Yeah.
Again, trying to be more efficient with our ordering, saving on shipping.
Yeah. Perfect. Pressure washer heated or?
No.
No. Okay.
Well, actually, yeah. Sorry. So we have hot and cold water. It's got this
Okay.
temperature center here. It's not a hot water pressure washer.
Right. Okay.
We've been using these little ones, these AR Blues. We had some, what's it with a K?
Kranzla.
Kranzel.
Yeah.
They're nice for home use. They just don't.
No, they're not industrial.
No.
Yeah.
And so we bought one of these. It was expensive. And when that one goes out, we'll buy another. So eventually, the goal is to have 3.
Yeah.
And when you look, we have 2 bays out there. So one on the right, one on the left, one in the middle.
Right.
So everyone's got a pressure washer.
For us in our shops, we had a much, much larger machine that could drive 10 guns if we wanted to.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Was that more cost effective than?
Much more cost effective.
Wow.
So 575 volt, 8 horsepower motor with a pump.
Wow.
Belt driven, so it's quiet.
Really?
You never hear it.
How much was it?
They run about 8,000.
Wow. Yeah, because I think these are 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, we could adjust the pressure to what we wanted. The flow of the pressure, everything was adjustable. So
cool.
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing new about washing machines. There's nothing new about bins full of towels.
Right? But they're good though. Not everyone has a washing machine.
Inline hot water heater. We never run out of hot water. That was mandatory.
Yeah, and 120 degrees Fahrenheit, so you're not cooking your towels no matter what.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, trying to get guys to follow the right care and feeding of microfiber towels is remarkably difficult because you said it and you put directions out there and they still don't always do it right.
Yeah. For us in the dryers, we just unplug the elements.
That's funny.
They couldn't. Even if they put it on hot.
I love it. All right, so this is where all the chemicals dispense to, and then you can see even in each of the bays they have drops. And you've got different products back here, everything from tire dressing, iron decon we run through here, wheel cleaner.
Excellent. That way there's no bottles laying around, there's nothing, the hoses aren't long enough to go over the car.
Oh yeah, right.
Typically speaking, the employee should use the drop that's on that side of the car.
Exactly.
Yeah. Very good.
This is my favorite innovation. This is something I invented.
The bucket filler.
The bucket filler. Typically, you'd stand here with your thumb on the button, you'd fill a bucket of water.
Right.
If you need 5 gallons of soap, this thing fills up and it's always ready to go. You've got this dump valve on here, so you get 5 gallons of water. There it is.
Excellent.
And so now it's slowly filling back up.
Right.
So these are 5-gallon hoppers. They're always full.
Yep.
This is your car wash soap in here. But this is better because what we saw guys doing is they turn it on and lock it on, and then they'd go do something else. And And how much soap are you wasting there?
Perfect.
I thought this was really cool. I want to see someone pick it up. But when you add up all the parts, I think the retail price of this would be $500 the way I built it.
Yeah.
Like no one's going to spend $500 for this solution, or maybe they would. Let me know.
They would.
But yeah, I had to have a custom bracket made. This bucket and this hydrominder device, and then I glued on a dump valve down here.
Yeah. And plus, this one automatically dilutes the soap to the right amount every time. Perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, God forbid your guys are, we call that the glug method.
Yes.
Because if a little's good, a lot's better. Anyway, I'm very proud of that. I think it's really cool, and it's fast, so now guys are in and out. They're washing cars rather than standing here with their thumb on the dispenser filling it up.
Good.
We try to keep standard tools at each corner of the car. Back in my home, I saw one of your home users in California had stacked up a couple of buckets.
Yeah.
Because I had done the same thing in my home. I took a bucket and I put a lid on it and I filled it with sand, and then I put another 3-gallon bucket on top of that. And that I love because it's at a great height for me. So I brought this to the guys. I'm like, hey, check this out. I want to make it for all you guys. And they didn't like it. They didn't want I think it saves a lot of bending over.
It does.
Maybe they're younger than me. I don't know.
They generally are.
At my Glenview shop, they like it.
Okay.
Over here, they're like, no, we don't want it. We like the buckets the way they are.
One suggestion, change those wheels.
To what, like skateboard?
Rollerblade wheels.
Rollerblade wheels.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Yeah, get a 3 or 4 inch rollerblade wheel. That'll lift it up a couple inches. At the same time, they roll so much easier.
Yeah.
And they don't get encrusted with rust like these.
Nice. Our guys did that with they bought the guys that need stools, that are the window tinners or the paint protection film installers.
Yeah.
They need stools, and they like the Harbor Freight stools because they seem to be the smallest. They go down far. So if you are working very low, it goes down low, but it has garbage wheels on it. And so one of the guys took that and they put those rollerblade wheels on it to make a really nice rolling stool.
Exactly.
But that's a great suggestion. Good. I like that. Just add more cost to it.
Yeah. Good, nice slope to the drain as well, which is nice.
Well, this is the one extravagance here. Is when we moved in, all this concrete was actually domed.
Okay.
And we thought this is a perfect wash bay right here.
Yes.
It was actually our architect that figured it out. We thought we might be washing kind of right here when you pull in. He had the idea for having the wash bay here, and it flows really nicely. But all the water would have gone to the edges. So we tore out all this concrete. We had to pour new concrete and put this trench drain in, and it drains into the triple basin. I don't know if the triple basin is a standard in all states, but in Illinois,
it should be, yeah.
Okay, you don't know what it is. It's just a series of settling tanks.
Right. We had them in our shop. So you're greasing the first, your other, and then water
it
at the
fills
end.
up with sand eventually.
Yeah.
You get a lot of grit that comes off these cars.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was just mandatory, but I'm sure it was $30,000 or $40,000 to do all the plumbing and the concrete.
But it's a wise investment in time.
It doesn't work otherwise. So
yeah.
Because now it works. That's where we ran out of money for the floors.
It's a leased building, so why invest in a floor?
Because it would look badass if we had nice floors here. We spent a lot of money on the lights.
Yeah.
I call these halos. You know, you can't have enough light in the car.
No.
So we put in these fluorescents, and then we found that the guys were always, they were still, when they were doing paint correction, getting out their handheld scan grip lights.
Yeah.
So putting these spotlights in made a big improvement, not just for light, but when you look into paint, you can see the swirl marks a lot better.
Yeah.
So when you pick out one of those spotlights, it makes it nicer, easier to see.
Yep. Excellent.
But doing this all in unistrut and making the halo all around the car gives you, it's like staging, you know, it just gives you a nice platform to build it on.
Yeah. Excellent.
It's Ferrari day.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go over here. The idea is that in each of the bays, you have a series of cabinets.
Okay.
And that even if an employee comes from the other location, they should be able to open the cabinet and know where stuff is stored. You can see the buffers on the wall. That's not... we use these carts for coding. That's a no-brainer. I don't think that's too innovative.
Yeah.
We put our service guides out here, so in case anyone has a question or if they're not doing something right, you can be like, come on over here.
Yeah.
What does it say to do before you do that?
Yes.
But inside the cabinets, everything should be labeled.
Yeah.
The towels, there's no towels in this one. Hey, look, here's towel.
Yes, and it should look like that.
I like when I had an employee and he would, like, it was award-winning the way he would not just fold a towel, but he would flatten it and then stack it up perfect, and it was just gorgeous when he was done. I think there's a lot of merit in, if you can fold towels well, you can work on it's a Ferrari.
Yeah. Oh, and it's winking at us.
Yeah, we turned the headlights on to clean it, and one of them wouldn't go down.
Yeah.
Anyway, standard setup, everything labeled.
Yeah.
Picture of how to do it.
Perfect.
I know you hate when guys have too many products. One plastic conditioner, one leather conditioner.
Yeah, perfect.
We have one set of compounds. We have a couple of specialty compounds we'll use. Is it Ultra Cut? Clear Cut? FG? Aubert?
Yeah.
So the guys have played around with a couple different things, but they're standards that we generally use.
Good.
Essence, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Window Protect, that's a nice product.
Yeah, good. So basically
I'm gonna cut all that out. It's
every workstation is done the same.
That's the idea.
Yeah, excellent.
You have to create standards for the guys. You don't want them, not that they're not capable of thinking, But you don't want them to have to think a whole lot when they're doing the job. You want them to focus on the job and think about the most efficient way to do it and what they have to do. But you don't want them to think about which compound. I see a lot of people that are playing around with chemicals.
Yeah.
And there aren't any magic chemicals out there.
No.
Like, find something that's good, find something that's cost effective, and that works for you.
Yeah.
And stick with it.
100%.
And you can tinker around, but I think there are so many people that think that if there's, and I apologize because you have a chemical brand.
No, it doesn't matter.
But like wheel cleaner's wheel cleaner.
Right.
And it might be more concentrated wheel cleaner, but it's still wheel cleaner.
Yes.
And maybe someone decides to add the iron to it. Hey, that's a better wheel cleaner. It's more expensive. Does that work? I don't know.
There you go. Yeah. No, it's especially a shop this size with the number of employees, having standard operating procedures, standard chemicals that they don't have to think, like you said, but at the same time, if you have your shop manager or your shop floor person, that is the one that should be doing the tinkering around and going, okay, we can change from this chemical to this chemical because of this, this, and this, and then you make a wholesale change across the board.
Exactly. And so I have dedicated employees. Marcos is one of them.
Yes.
Who are allowed to experiment with stuff. Willie at my other shop.
Yeah.
They're allowed to play around with stuff. I want them to be on the cutting edge. See if there's something better out there.
Right.
But they understand what they're working with.
Yes.
Excellent. You know who I learned this from? Interesting guy in Canada. He owned a big shop, high volume.
Yeah.
He's a really good guy.
Weird beard, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you know him?
Yeah.
He looked like you.
Yeah. One thing that Greg skirted over, but I think is an important added value, is actually your lobby. And not the lobby, but the two people sitting in the lobby.
We were talking about having two salespeople, and it's justified. It's funny though, because we always struggled with this. You definitely need two or even three people in the morning. Everyone drops off in the morning.
Right.
You know, better or worse, we tend to have this all-day cadence. Like, drop your car in the morning, we'll have it done by the end of the day.
Yes.
And a lot of the detail services, they're 2, 4, 6 hours. You ran a shop,
yes.
You must know how it is. Even with the window tint, I'd like to see our guys' schedule a little tighter and be like, we need your car from 8 to 10.
Right.
And then we're going to wash it. But it's hard to do that. Yes, the tinters can get the car done from 8 to 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But then, hey, we're waiting for the wash bay to open up, and they got a bunch of car washes going on, and so you never know exactly when it's going to be done. So a lot of times we'll tell people, just leave it with us for the day, and we'll get it back to you at the end of the day. So we need a lot of people at 8 in the morning. We need a lot of people at 5 o'clock at night.
Right.
And during the day, it's generally much quieter out there, and you don't need two people. But it's hard to ask someone to work from 8 to 10 in the morning and then go home in the middle of the day
from
and
3
come
to
back
5,
at the end of the day.
Yeah. What got you into detailing?
It's been in me my whole life. Like when I used to think that it was because my first car was a Honda. When I was 16, I got a Honda, and if you know, Hondas are famous for their reliability.
Yes.
And I wanted to be around that car because I like machines. I like bicycles. I like airplanes. I like boats.
Yes.
I like, and I wanted to be around the car, but it didn't need maintenance, so I just kept it clean. It was black and shiny and wonderful, and that really got me interested in it. But when I look back even farther, when I was 12 and I got my first BMX bike, I would keep it clean.
Yes.
I remember taking a toothbrush and cleaning the tires, and I don't know, there's just something wrong with me.
No, there's something right with
I
you.
wish I was that passionate about curing cancer.
Yes.
Or something useful, Could I put a man on the moon? Yes, I really want to do that. I don't.
Yeah.
I just want to make that car super shiny. And it doesn't have to be the nicest car in the world. A friend of mine, I went home from work early last Friday, and a friend of mine came over with his wife's 10-year-old Honda CR-V, and we detailed it Friday afternoon. And I had a terrific time with him.
Yeah,
because I like making things clean. I don't know what gene it is or what's in me about that, but I had a long career doing other stuff.
Yes.
And I got to the point where I realized I'm never going to be good at that stuff because I'm not passionate about it. And I don't want to read the trade literature, and I don't want to network with other people. And, I don't care where the industry is going.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? I can't. Life's too short not to do something you enjoy.
Yeah.
And I wish I loved making a lot of money or doing something useful to society, but I don't. I just
cars are useful.
You know what's amazing to me is how many people feel the way I do.
Yeah.
And maybe they don't have the wherewithal to do it, but they love a clean car and they value that shine, but they don't quite know how to do it. Or the common story amongst our customers is, I used to love detailing my car. I'd get my stuff out, I'd sit out in the driveway and do my thing, but and then the excuses come out. You know,
no more
too
time.
old, I don't have time. I got kids. My back
Yeah.
hurts. You know, or they just rather pay someone else to do it and do it right. So you know, there are a lot of people that feel passionately are willing to spend to get this work done, this level of work done. It's nuts. Nobody needs this. We do things to a level that isn't really rational.
It's rational to the person that desires it. If you look at that 328.
And they find value in it.
Yeah, that 328, you've probably increased the value of the car.
I like to think
by
we
more
do. Yeah.
than what the cost of the detail was.
I mean, that's where most detailers make their bulk of their money doing reconditioning.
Yeah.
And yeah, that absolutely does. And who hasn't had that thought? A car detailer hasn't had the thought of, why am I doing this dealer car? I'm going to buy my own car. I'm going to detail it, and then I'm going to put it up for sale.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother challenge they all find out eventually. But
you
realize and it's hard because you're not a car reseller, you know?
Right, and at the same time, there's some that you make money on, there's some that you lose. So you have to be prepared to lose on the first one. So
exactly.
What is it that you don't like about detailing?
It's labor intensive. There is not a lot of efficiencies and scale. I keep thinking if we do a little more revenue, we'll find more profit. Well, there's no more profit in adding one more guy and adding one more set of tools and adding one more bay.
The percentage stays the same.
Yeah, you're still you're making, you make $100 on each car. So instead of doing one car a day, you've done 5. Great.
Right.
That's nice. But yeah, there aren't a lot. We thought we're going to get this huge shop. It's going to be super effective. No, it's just, you have that much more overhead.
Yeah.
Where we find efficiencies is I have a marketing team, and that marketing team can do one shop or they can do 5 shops, just as easily.
Yes.
The sales guys, we have one sales guy who works remotely. So my sales team is 5 people. I have one guy who works remotely, and I have 2 in each shop.
Good.
They can do that from anywhere in the country. We could add sales guys, and they could, each sales guy can handle a certain number of leads, a certain number of phone calls a day.
Right.
So that is pretty effective. The phones will all fail over, is the term I use.
Yes.
But if they call one shop and nobody picks up, it'll ring here.
Right.
So if there's nobody available at the first shop, at least someone here might be available.
Yeah, they're not going to voicemail. They're not, hopefully the customer is never going to voicemail. Yeah. That's the goal.
I still think we could, it's hard to give the perfect level of customer service that we want to give. I'd love every phone to be answered within a couple of rings. I'd like, no one to ever have to leave a voice message. And if they did, for some strange reason, I'd like to make sure they got called back within an hour.
Right.
And we set these standards as goals, but you're busy, and being at the front desk is hard. Again, you've got calls to make. You get off the phone with someone and say, I want you to write a quote for $10,000 worth of work.
Yeah.
And you're like, awesome, I'll get right on it. But then when you hang up the phone, there's someone standing in front of you.
Yes.
And then you talk to him, and he wants a quote for some work, and you're like, okay, I'll get to you.
Yeah.
And as soon as you sit down to work on both of those quotes, the phone rings, and then you have to talk to that person. And it's a challenging job. I think the guys enjoy it, or at least the guys who thrive on it. They thrive on it because they like the excitement and the variety.
Yes.
And they like being busy.
Do your sales staff detail? Are they, or let me rephrase it another way. Are they detailers?
They are detailers. They're all car enthusiasts.
Yes.
One guy started as a detailer and moved him into the sales department. We are experimenting now with customer service because a sales guy has to sell.
Right.
You somehow answered an ad or gave us your information, and I'm going to call you back and I'm going to sell. When a customer comes into the shop, it's usually, hey, I'm dropping off my car. There's not a lot of selling going on there.
No.
That's just a customer service role. So we're experimenting with elevating our shop foremen, get them out of the shop. Because our shop foremen used to just stay in the shop, and they were the guy who knew what was going on inside the shop.
Right.
And they would make sure everyone had their job, and then they would pick up a buffer and help where necessary.
Yes.
We're trying to get them to say, no, you don't ever pick up the tools. You organize the shop, you make sure everyone knows what they're doing, then you go up front.
Right.
And you do customer service.
Yes.
Because that guy is a detailer. He knows what's going on. He can look at a car and tell you, I can fix this problem that you're having with your car or not. So we're cross-training them to be customer service / sales guys.
Okay, so basically they are the expert in the room. The salesperson says, let me get my expert to look at your vehicle. Yeah.
The salespeople are all car enthusiasts.
Yes.
And it's funny when you take a car enthusiast and you put them in this environment, even if they don't know detailing, they learn very quickly.
Yes.
They just understand the terms. It's funny how you think you don't know anything about car detailing, but if you are a car enthusiast, you already know so much about cars.
Yes.
Because I've hired people that weren't even car people.
Mm-hmm.
I hired a pretty girl one time. I thought, we'll have a pretty girl up here. She'll sell. It'll be easy because she's pretty, and she'll just tell the guys to get window tint, and they will.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
It was a disaster.
Yeah.
Terrible. And I think you just take for granted how much a car guy knows about cars.
Right.
And how important that connection is. And that's what we find our customers want more than anything. They want to know that I understand that you have a cool car.
Yeah.
And I understand why you chose this car, and I get you.
Yes.
We're going to take good care of it.
Right. We had the same thing in our shops. I'm, a consummate car guy. Sylvie's a car gal, and it was being able to connect with the customer, like you say. They're bringing in a 5-year-old Honda Civic. That was a cool model of Civic. Just saying that, it's like, oh, you got this option. Beautiful. You've connected with them. It's a go.
We train the guys to find something positive to say about every car.
Right.
Even if it's a Prius.
Yeah.
I love that color.
Yeah.
Great gas mileage,
They're
right?
so efficient. Yeah.
They're so efficient.
Yeah.
I
love the
learned
technology.
I noticed this with people and dogs.
Yes.
A pug is objectively an ugly dog.
Yes.
But if you love pugs, they are the cutest thing in the world. You couldn't imagine a cuter dog than a pug. So you never say anything bad about him. You go, that's a dog.
Yeah. Well, look at the old Taco Bell dog. I forget the guy.
Chihuahua.
Yeah, it was like the ugliest Chihuahua in the world, but they made a lot of money off that Chihuahua. So.
They have personality.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, you always have to find something nice to say about someone's car. That's step one. That's just relating with your customer. And then step two is discovering what they want. Why did you come in today? What can I do for you? And you're not selling, this is kind of getting into our sales tactics, but you're not selling the customer on, you need to buy our expensive.
No.
Tell me what you want to do with your car,
Yeah.
or what your problem is today that you think a detail shop can solve for you.
We're counselors, not salespeople.
Yes.
Yeah.
Consultants.
Consultants. Good word. I'm translating from French. So counselor, consultant.
Very good.
But what is it about the shop, the running a detail shop this size, or detail shops? Because how many employees do you have at the other location?
Same, but yeah, so it's 30 employees altogether. I think we have 32 now.
Yeah, okay. So as a business owner with 32 employees, what is your reason for getting out of bed in the morning? What do you like about managing 32 employees, or 35 or 30 or whatever?
I do enjoy it. And even though I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. I love owning a detail shop because I don't know why I feel like a detailer, and I like being around shiny cars, or I love the transformation that you can make. And I think a lot of people that don't drive clean cars, it's just out of ignorance that they don't know that there is a service that can make this look great.
Yes.
Or they just don't care because they look at their car like it's an appliance.
Yep.
And that's just not their priority. And I understand them. I always have to remind myself that I'm the weird one. Like, normal people don't care about the shine on their paint.
I've always
Strange
said,
people do.
Yeah, I've always said that in the detailing industry, your competitors are not other detailers. Your competitors are car washes and complacency. Other detailers, there's more than enough cars to go around.
Yeah, there are, and I don't see our competitors as, if they do nice work.
Yes,
they're peers.
Right.
It's the sad part is when they go to a lousy detail shop and they get their car detailed, because maybe someone's not ready to spend a lot of money. We're expensive. They go to a lousy detail shop, they get poor value, and then they go, I don't know why I got my car detailed. I didn't get any value out of that.
Right.
And so now we've just taken a customer who might have been a customer someday, and they've ignored the industry, and they're not in the industry and interested in the industry anymore because they had a bad service.
Right.
So those guys are ruining the business.
Yes.
But if they go to another top quality shop, I'm sorry they didn't come here.
Yes.
But at least they're still going, detailing is a good value for my money, and I enjoy how my car looks. And then maybe someday they'll be like, oh, I don't like that guy. Maybe I want to try Chicago Auto Pros.
Yeah.
I don't ever touch the tools here.
Yeah.
But when I'm at home, I work on my own cars. So yeah, I get that feeling. I truly enjoy having the employees. I like mentoring. I think it's a perspective, maturity thing.
Yes.
I'm 55.
Yeah.
And so I've done it. in my career. And now I'm trying to teach other people, yeah, I could stand here and manage the shop, but Marcos needs to learn how to manage the shop because that's how I'm going to develop him.
Yes.
And I take a ton of pride in, hey, I'm mentoring and growing employees here.
Yes.
And not a lot of guys around here have college degrees. For whatever reason, college just wasn't part of their plan.
Right.
Usually they couldn't afford it. It wasn't an option for them. But yet they're just as deserving of a good career, and they could have done fine if they had gone to college.
Yes.
And so I like teaching the employees how to be professional. I like mentoring them. I like to think we don't have a lot of turnover.
No.
So if I had to constantly be training employees, I would not like it as much.
No. That gets annoying.
But when we
quickly.
get guys, we take good care of our guys.
Yeah.
But no, I think I take a lot of pride in growing these guys, and I take a lot of pride in letting them make mistakes and learn.
Yes.
And it's not that, because I have a lot of marketing ideas, but I also have a marketing manager. And if I tell him how to do it, he's never going to realize his potential.
No.
So I stand back and I just try to coach him on how do we get the best result. And if he thinks it's the right way to do it, then you try that. Let's do it that way.
What is it that you don't like about the industry?
I don't have a good answer for you, Ivan. I mean, I think any industry can be a little parochial, and there's a lot of pettiness and gossip around.
Yeah. I
don't engage in a lot of that. I don't have time for it.
No.
I think guys make it more complicated than it needs to be. Mm-hmm. This product's great. This product's crap. You got to do it like this. You're a hack if you're doing it that way. No. There's lots of ways to get the work done.
Yeah.
And the thing is well, we used to be very focused on the process out here.
Yes.
With our customers, showing them the process and everything we do, and realize, what's way more important? The customer service.
Yeah.
They don't need to see the sausage being made. No. They just want to know that I trust these guys. They seem to know what they're doing. When they communicate well, and when I pick up my car, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
So this is a curtain. This is the black box where stuff happens. That's one of the reasons we reprioritized doing the floors versus the lobbies. The lobbies need a makeover. Yeah. They're a little bit of a hodgepodge. They're set up like a living room. So we're really trying to look at high-end, look at a jewelry store. Look at a high-end sports car dealership. Yes. What does their sales area look like? Yeah. It's high-tech, it's modern, it's got nice surfaces, it's got good lighting. The customer sits and you bring stuff to them rather than right now we walk our customers around the perimeter of the room. Oh, here's the window tint. Here's, if you want to look at paint protection foam, it's over here. Yes. How do you show people ceramic coating? Here's the bottle that we're going to apply.
Yeah, you don't show them. No.
But you just talk about the results. So we want to have a more professional sales area. And if people are waiting, we want them to think like a coffee shop. A coffee shop is not set up like a living room. It's set up with 2-person tables. Yeah. So we want to have a nice chair here if this person wants to watch TV. We want to have a little 2-person table over here if someone wants to sit. Yeah. Let's have a desk if someone's going to open up their laptop and work. Let's have a desk and give them a little private area to work on their desk. So we're trying to elevate the lobby experience.
Good. What would you change about Chicago Auto Pros if someone were to give you a magical wand and I could change this today?
What would I change about it? I think the biggest problem that we've had is just figuring out the right leadership structure, the right pay structure. Yep. There's many ways to pay guys. Yes. Hourly versus commission, and they each come with pluses and minuses, and we've experimented with different ways of doing it. Mm-hmm. But I think that would be the biggest thing I'd like to fix would be to help have a pay structure that truly has incentives, because we've tried incentives that weren't motivating the employees. Yeah. They weren't very good incentives, were they?
Well,
but trying to find that incentive, and each guy's different.
Every employee has a different motivation. We had one employee that for him, he was part of a race team, and if, saying during the race season, you're leaving at noon on Friday because you have to prepare the race car and all that, that to him was worth $1,000 a week. But giving him more money wouldn't have motivated. We had another one that, young kid, new house, money was the motivator. So it's finding that motivation, and it could be just a day off or, something to that effect that, hey, if you get this amount of jobs done Monday to Thursday, you're off Friday.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think I enjoy owning a detail shop. Good. And I think that so many people in this world are not as lucky as me in the fact that they don't know what they really love. that really makes me happy because now I've invested in these guys and I'm seeing them grow to the point where it's like, wow, you got it.
Yeah.
And then they take a certain pride in going, we know what Greg would want. We don't have to bother him with this.
Yes.
Because I'm trying to get to the point. It shouldn't stress you out. I see a lot of detailers that are just, they're holding the shop together through sheer will.
Yes.
It's like, no, man, let it go.
Yeah.
And I take a lot of pride in going, let's walk in. This is right. This is right. That's right. There's certain things I look for, physical evidence of, if I left a restaurant today and the front door was full of fingerprints, this glass door. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, something's wrong here. It really upset me. Because when I walk in here, if I look through the glass door and I go, glass is clean. Yeah. I already know that things are pretty good at the sales desk. Yes. I look at the refrigerator, it's full. Yeah. The drinks fridge for the customers, that's
it's
full.
Stocked, perfect.
I know the guys got it. Yeah. Right. Then I look at the guys. Are they wearing the uniform? Okay, this is good. Without saying a word, without knowing really what's going on, there's a couple little things I can see that I go, the sales department is working well. Yeah, and if you're running a shop and it's just you and you're working 60 hours a week, hire somebody. Yes. Because all the jobs that you do that are routine, prepping a car, detailing a car, even the sales calls you get someone else to train. Yep. But what you can't get somebody to do is think about your business. No. Think about new ways to market the business. How are we going to grow the business? So you have to be the brain. And that's a hard transition because some people, I'm good at detailing. I'm also good at running a business. Yes. Some people, maybe they're not good at running a business and they're not good at finance. You have to find the areas that you're good at and what you bring to the table and focus on that. And you can do any part of the job, but make sure you're letting go of some of the parts of the job.
I know one shop owner that he's the one polishing the cars.
And he's not what you're great at.
He's not great at sales. He acknowledges that he's useless at sales, useless at customer service. I hired someone to do that is much better than I am.
I applaud that. Yeah, that's exactly how you should be doing it.
Yeah. With that, thank you very much, Greg.
It's great seeing you.
Yeah, and if you'd like your own garage audited, well, please reach out to Jamie at the House of Rags, and we'll see you in the next garage audit.